Hello everyone, it is Tiffany of Clarity, Confidence, Courage, Women's Empowerment. And I wanted to come to you today to talk about belief systems and how your belief systems from your childhood or adolescence may be still affecting you as an adult. Now, before we jump into this content, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with others who may be struggling and feeling stuck and not sure how to move forward. So let's go ahead and talk about belief systems. So what is a belief system? In the context of this video, I want to talk about the belief systems that are embedded into our mind in childhood and how those belief systems in our childhood has helped us through some aspect of our life, but may be having a negative effect on the rest of our life in adulthood. So belief systems a lot of times are the things that we are cognitively trained to believe when we are children, in our childhood, in our adolescence. It's this concept that you either see your parents doing it or the people in your environment doing it, or you are told directly about this belief that you should be doing it, almost like a value, right? It's something that's important to your structure, to your family, to your friends, to your environment. So beliefs are these concepts that we directly and indirectly receive consciously and unconsciously as we grow up in our environments, from our family, from our community, from, society. And those belief systems in our childhood can be very effective when it comes to giving us the experience that we want to have. So when I was a kid, I was taught, in order to get what you want in life, you have to work very hard for it. If you want to get a car, you have to get a job, and you have to work really hard at that job to make money to get a car or to get the house that you want, whatever it was. So I used that belief system and it worked for me. I got great grades and elementary school and high school because I worked really hard. I studied, I listened to my teachers, and I did the same thing in college. I studied for my test, I did my work, I participated in groups, I listened to my professors, and I was always putting forth effort into my academics, and so I got the results that I want. And this continued on through my early profession, working very hard in corporate world and getting the results. But when I got married and I tried to work really hard on my marriage, it seems like I wasn't getting the same results. I was using that same concept, push, work, push that person, but that person was not responding and they were actually shutting down. So I was getting the opposite results. So that's just an example of how I had a belief system as a child that worked at one point in my life through my childhood and my adolescence and my younger adulthood. But when it changed into marriage, the context changed, it didn't work as well. So many times when I'm working with my one-on-one clients as a coach, we run into that same scenario where I have a client that grew up with a belief system that was created in their childhood. So for example, if you grew up in a childhood where the belief system was you don't really talk about your problems or you don't confront issues, you kind of keep it quiet, you keep it to yourself, and you don't communicate with the other people in your household. And the positive aspect at that time is that you keep the peace. You keep this level or this surface level of what is perceived as peace. Everybody is calm, everybody's quiet because we don't talk about things. And so that keeps the household running and there's a sense of peace. Well, when you become an adult and you've developed that technique of, in order to, get past the issues in my life, I don't talk about it. I don't express myself. I'm not vocal. I just keep it all on the inside, and that keeps the peace. Well, when you try to use that same perspective, that same belief system in your job or your marriage or your relationship, you find that you're not getting the results that you want. Yeah, you're keeping this surface peace, but you're miserable. You're keeping this surface peace, but you're not getting promoted at work because you're not speaking up for what you want and what you need. So that's just, again, another example of how certain belief systems that we had that seemingly kept things going in our childhood and our adolescence are no longer working for us in our adulthood. And we're running into this wall. And so that's what I find a lot with my clients when I'm working with our one-on-one clients. It's those type of belief systems that they grew up with that were not at the time being taught to them in a malicious way, It was something that they inherited from family members or the environment they grew up in, directly or indirectly, consciously or subconsciously, in order to survive, in order for the household to keep flowing, in order for things to keep moving, in order for, there to be structure and not a lot of chaos. But what they find is that when they get older, those same belief systems that they have, they try to translate into adulthood, does not work for them. And so they're running into this feeling of conflict, like I'm doing everything I can with what I know and it's not working. Why is that, Tiffany? Why is this not working for me? And so for a lot of my clients, there's this frustration. And a big part of coaching is helping my clients to move forward in life. But when we talk about belief systems, if they are still struggling, if the issue is their belief system, sometimes we have to go back a little bit. We have to talk about their childhood and the values that they grew up around and the structure and the organization that they grew up around in order to help them see that some of the belief systems that they had is no longer working in their adulthood. It's not that it was bad. It's just that it worked for a period of time in their life. And now they have to transcend to a new set of beliefs in order to move past this barrier, in order to move past this issue and move forward in adulthood. So I really want to do this video because I really deeply feel that sometimes the things that are holding us back are the things that we don't see, that we're not willing to release or at least willing to work on, which is our belief systems, in order to move forward. And it's so important that we as women, if we want to move forward in life, we have to sometimes go back and figure out, what belief systems am I still carrying that may not be working for me as I go forward? So let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know if you are struggling with belief systems, if there's some things that you have realized in your life that you may be still struggling with. And if you're not sure what those belief systems are, then make sure you go to my resources vault on my website, my free resources section, where you can download all the free resources. I have a free resource for you this week that's going to help you deep dive into some of what your belief systems may be and give you an opportunity to really reflect and find out if some of those belief systems may be holding you back. All right, that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely like, subscribe, and share this video, and let me know what you thought in the comments. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.